Hi everyone, it's Alicia, and today I'm joined again by Richard of Richard A. Myers Jr. and Associates LLC. Richard, how are you doing today?
I am well, and yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you. So in today's video, we're talking about the probate process. We're going to kind of break that down. We're going to be discussing guardianship probate as well as death probate. So we're going to start off with guardianship. So I'm going to turn that over to you to kind of walk us through that a little bit.
Thank you, Alicia. One of the questions that often comes up is the difference between lifetime probate, which we call guardianship, and death probate. So lifetime guardianship is a process where we have a court appoint someone to make financial or medical decisions for somebody. We call that guardianship of the person, which would be making medical decisions, or guardianship of the estate, which would be making financial decisions. And sometimes they're appointing both. So one of the questions often comes up, is it necessary? Somebody is in a care community, and we will hear very frequently the medical professional saying, you need to go get a guardianship. But if we follow from a previous video, having an elder law compliant power of attorney, we very frequently, if ever, really need to do a guardianship of the person. We don't need the court to take over the control of the money, because we have those trusted individuals we've already appointed to be able to pay our bills and take care of us and make decisions. So, one of the questions is, well, what if my children are all out of state? And now will the court appoint any of them if we have to do a guardianship of the person? And normally not. We can sometimes persuade a court if we have a limited number of in-state people, but a lot of the courts don't particularly care for that because it's difficult to control somebody who's out of state. But overall, one of the big goals when you're working with an elder law attorney is avoiding the need to ever need the court's assistance through guardianship. Let's find the least restrictive means to be able to make those quality of life decisions for those individuals. So that's, but that's guardianship kind of in a nutshell, giving court lifetime control over the person and or their assets.
So also we mentioned that we're going to be discussing the death probate, and I want you to walk us through that a little bit as well.
Well, and when someone passes away and they have a will or they don't have a will, there's sometimes a process where we have to go to court to transfer those assets to the beneficiaries. So one of the questions that often comes up is, well, have I put together an estate plan? And I tell people, everyone has an estate plan. Some people do the written one like we talked about in the earlier video, but if you haven't done that, the state of Ohio has been kind enough to put one together for you. May not be the one you want, but the government has put one together for you. So what death probate is, it's a process of transferring your assets from your name when you pass away down to your beneficiaries. So is it always necessary? Well, the probate will only deal with the asset that I have that doesn't have a beneficiary designation on it. What does that mean? Those are a lot of big words. So if I own my house jointly with my wife, doesn't matter what my will says, which is my set of instructions to the probate court, it doesn't matter because my wife will automatically receive it. If I have a co-owner or pay on death designation on my bank accounts or my life insurance policies, that's where the money's going to go, again, regardless of what my will says. So beneficiary designations become a very intricate part of this process in death probate, decide what has to go through court. So again, with proper planning, we, especially between a husband and wife, will make sure that we never end up in the probate court after your loved one that passes away. It's a scary place to be, and we try to make sure that we can avoid that, and that's how we guide families through that process.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you for telling us a little bit more about that. And I'm sure, anybody, especially when you're experiencing a death, you don't want to have to be going into a court environment to discuss, all of their assets and things like that. So if you are interested in finding out more about probates, whether that be guardianship or the death probate, you can get in contact with Richard and his team. You can give them a call, or you can visit online to find out more information at rmohiolaw.com. Thanks again, Richard.
You're very welcome. Thank you.